Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Skyriker back at you with another tour review, and today we'll be taking a look at the WWE Elite Series 94 Collector's Edition, the British Bulldog. Yes, it's about freaking time we get an Elite version of this particular outfit. I've been wanting this for freaking ever. But thank God we finally got it, and I was able to finally find this figure in stores. It took me a little bit, but I got him. And this may be possibly the only figure from Elite 94 pickup. But that's fine, because this was the figure I wanted the most from the set either way. Anyways, I can't wait to open them up and see how he compares to the other British Bulldog Elite, but before we do so, take the packaging first. Now, I always love when with the collector's edition they do kind of like a unique color scheme. So you see it's like very similar to his outfit. Of course, we got a picture of British Bulldog down there, British Bulldog. Of course, the true effects there, the certified authentic. Picture on the side, of course. And then the back, picture him from the show this figure is based on, which is SummerSlam 92. His stats, his height, weight, whatever. And then the career highlights, Intercontinental Champion, World Tag Team Champion, and then a little bio about the show. You can pause right there if you want to read. And since this is a collector's edition, there is no picture of any of the figures in the set, but this is from the Elite 94 lineup. Anyways, that's about it for the packaging, so let's open up British Bulldog and see what we think of the figure. We'll be right back. Alright, so here's British Bulldog. Got his packaging and gorgeous figure. Man, I am so impressed with how Mattel made this figure. Fantastic. Anyways, let's take a look. First up is accessories. Now there is one cool thing that I haven't really seen many people mention, and that is you can actually slide the little cardboard insert that's inside the figure's package, and it actually unfolds into the interview area for SummerSlam that year. So you could use this as like an interview section, backstage, like for your stop motions or figure photography or whatever. So that's a cool, neat little accessory. It's kind of like the Firefly Funhouse thing, with the Bray Wyatt figure. Like you could take the background out and unfold it to create a backdrop. So that's cool. Now for the figure, he comes with two pairs of hands. He has these standard fists and the standard gripping hand, so which I'm fine with. And then he comes with this beautiful British Bulldog flag, and it's cloth. Thank you, Mattel. Because the last time we got a flag with a British Bulldog figure, it was like that really hard rubber. Then you had to like unclip it around his neck and everything. Whereas here, it's cloth and it's elastic bands, so you can just slide it off his hands. So very easy, and it is nice and stretchy, so you can stretch it. And same thing with the head. Like you may think it might get in the way of the hair, but not necessarily. See, it stretches long enough to where you can actually stretch it around his hair, and then just pull it over the head. Piece of cake. Whereas if I bring in the last British Bulldog that had the flag, as you see, it was this hard rubber stuff. And if you wanted to take it off, you had to unclip it. These little tabs here, you had to like unclip it, and it was kind of a pain. And also because it was the hard rubber, you couldn't really pose it, pose him with the flag. Like you see here on the back of the box, he always did tons of poses with the flag. Whereas this one, because it's cloth and it has the elastic bands, it's very stretchy, so you can do pretty much any pose you want. Now, definitely be careful with this flag, because when it's in the box, they actually have a piece of tape strapped to it. And when I took it off, as you see, it kind of damaged the flag a little bit, just a little bit. So definitely be worried about that. And it's like in there. So they like push it through the packaging. So if you want to get the figure out of the box, you had to take the flag off to get the figure out and get the flag off. You can't just pull it out, which is stupid. Like the way they did that. I hate that. Here's down to Bulldog himself. Same head scan we've seen before. We've seen this head scan not just on the Elite 39 that I have here, but we also saw this on the basic version of this figure, because we got a basic of this way back in the day. Probably 2016 or whatever, we got a basic of this in this outfit. And that also had this head sculpt too, which I'm fine with them reusing this head sculpt whenever they do an early 90s Bulldog, which is what this is. It's fine, it looks just like him. It's got the braids and everything. Very nice. And the true effects on it looks good. Moving down, good torso choice. I think it could have been a tad bit bigger, because during this era, he was freaking jacked. I mean, good choice for the arms. That's good. And I do like how they got the double jointed elbows this time around for this Bulldog. We definitely needed that with the flag. And then on his armbands, one says Bull, and the other one says Dog. Very cool, with the blue and red. And then moving down to the pants, very cool with the British flag on it. Of course, it says Bulldog, very cool. And almost fishnet style design going down the other side, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, on the boots says BB for British Bulldog. So, very cool. Very iconic. This is probably the most recognizable outfit because of how iconic this match is that's based on, which is SummerSlam 92 when he beat Bret Hart for the IC title. Which, by the way, classic match. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is a long match, though. It is long. I think it's like a half hour. But as of this video's recording, it is still on the YouTube channel, the WWE YouTube channel, and they posted the entire match. But who knows, maybe by the time you're watching it, they take it down because they take down their full-length matches all the time. But anyways, if you can check it out, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, even though it's very long, it's worth it to sit it out, watch the whole thing, because it's a great match. This figure definitely captures that match. And I love the fact that the Bret figure from this series, the Bret Hart figure from this series, is based on the same match. So you could recreate that match if you want to. So that's probably the reason why I had to pick it up. Anyways, for comparison, here he is with the Elite 39 British Bulldog. Just give me a second to take the flag off. There we go. And here he is. So I'm glad they fixed the torso a little bit. They gave him the more ripped torso. I think this one was a little bit too small, the other one. They're both great outfits, and they're both great figures. And as you see with the True Effects, it makes the head scan look a little bit better compared to the old one, which I'm okay with. Except both of these are still great figures, despite the pain in the butt rubber flag that came with this one. Still great figures. We definitely need more British Bulldogs from this era. We keep getting like 80s or late 90s, so we need more early 90s Bulldog. Anyways, articulation, standard for Elites. Well, the more recent Elites, excuse me. Head rotates 360, it can go up and down. Arms rotate 360, go in and out. Bicep, double jointed elbow. Love it. Rotate the wrist and then hinge of the wrist. Of course, has the ab crunch. Mine's really tight. You can go forward and back. Waist, legs forward that far, and back to the original position. In and out. Rotate the thigh. I don't know. I just open mine so these joints are tight. I don't want to break it. Yeah, there we go. So the other one rotates. So I don't want to force this one too much. Double jointed knee. Rotate the boot, and it does have the hinge at the ankle, but it is very stiff, and then the slight angle pivot. That stinks that this thigh is stuck. Because I don't want to force it because I want to break it. This figure was hard enough to find in my town. And since it's a collector's edition, it's a little pricey online from what I've seen. So I definitely do not want to break this one. Anyways, great upgrade. Fantastic figure from a classic match. Quick final thoughts. Overall, fantastic figure. I absolutely love it. So glad we finally got an Elite of this particular version of British Bulldog, because I was so disappointed when we got a basic of this outfit back then. I was like, we really need an Elite of this. So thank God they finally did it. Like I said, excellent job. Like, so the articulation is pretty good. Joints are a little stiff. Love that we got a cloth flag. Thank God. So head scan's great. Detail on it is fantastic. It would have been cool if it came with the IC title, but hey, we got the Bret Hart figure from the same series for that, since it's based on the same match. So whatever. It's a great figure. Definitely a great upgrade. If you missed out on the Elite 39, so this is definitely a must-have figure if you're a fan of early, like late 80s, early 90s wrestling. And especially if you're a Bulldog fan. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have the other Bulldog Elites or not. This is definitely a must-have figure. I mean, this one's still great, but this is far superior. I mean, highly recommend both figures anyway. Anyways, just be worried about the tape on the back of the flag when you take out the package. And hopefully you don't have the same problem that I did where you can't move the joints. Are so stiff you can't move them. As like I said, definitely be worried about that. Anyways, if you can find it for a good price, definitely pick them up. Definitely a must-have figure. Anyways, pick them up if you can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my previous review, which was the Royal Rumble 2023 Elite Rey Mysterio. And also be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review. And stay tuned for more reviews of WWE action figures, AEW action figures, toy hunts, stop motions, and more. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember, you can't touch my dream and you can't touch my soul. I'm out. Take care, guys. Bye.